What is going on, everyone? It is February 20th, but we're going to be talking about February 21st NBA slates. Now, there are only 6 games, not a lot of interesting games, but we still got to make our predictions, right? The first game we're going to talk about is the Magic at the Suns. Now, currently, both of these teams have not been doing a great job. However, the Magic did blow the Kings like they're supposed to, and also the Suns got blown by the Spurs like they were supposed to. Now, currently, at this time of recording, Devin Booker is questionable and Grayson Allen is questionable. On the other hand, the Magic is only missing Franz Wagner. Now, in this game, I think that the Magic is going to cover the spread. Currently, they don't have the spread yet, but no matter what it is, I'm taking the Magic to cover the spread. I just think they're more efficient shooting, and they've also produced more points per game. Defensive-wise, they're both pretty phenomenal. I'm looking at under at this game. However, to be safe, I'm going to pick the spreads for the Magic, whether it's plus or if there's not plus, then just take money line for Magic. The next game we're going to be talking about is the 76ers going over to Pelicans. Now, for this game, I'm picking Phillies easily over the Pelicans. Even though Joel Embiid right now is questionable, I'm still picking Phillies because Phillies have Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe that is going to be playing. On top of that, Kyle Oubre is available as well. On the other hand, the Pelicans have Trey Murphy still ruled out and also their center Missy as well. Now, these two have faced against each other already at the 76ers Stadium where the 76ers won by 10 points. So when we skim through their stats, it looks like they're pretty identical, right? However, the 76ers, they only allow 115 points per game, and the Pelicans allow 120 points per game. That can play a factor later on in the game. And on top of that, the Pelicans are going to be missing their best, their best shooter, basically, who is Trey Murphy. He's been doing a phenomenal job. 19 points, 21 points, 26, 44, 27, 19. He's not going to be playing. But on the other hand, Tyrese Maxey is playing, like I once said already. So I think that's going to give a big advantage to the 76ers. On top of that, if Joel Embiid plays, it's game over. I'm taking 76ers to win on Saturday. The next game is the Grizzlies at the Miami Heat Stadium. Now, I'm going to easily pick the Miami Heat. There's not much to talk about in this game. Memphis will be playing without Santi Aldama, Cedric Howard, KCP, Ja Morant, Walter Clayton, he's still a rookie. But still, all of these key players, I don't think they'll be able to keep up with Miami Heat past midway of second quarter. Obviously, these guys are professionals, so the first quarter, it might be a close game, who knows. But starting at that second quarter, when they have that substitute, the second lineup come in, I don't think that the Grizzlies are ready for that. Miami Heat will have everyone playing. Even Tyler Hero, he'll be playing. They're going to be at home. They're going to be comfortable. They're doing a much better job than the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies are 2-8 last 10. The Miami Heat are 5-5 last 10. And at home, they're 6-11. And on top of that, they've faced each other already once in October 24, and the Miami Heat blew out the Grizzlies at their stadium. I think the Heat is a much better team than the Grizzlies at the stadium, and tomorrow they're going to prove why they are. So my pick is the Miami Heat to win. The next game we're going to be talking about is the Pistons at the Bulls. Now, the Pistons have been proving me wrong over and over and over again. They are a phenomenal team this season. I just have to admit it. The Bulls are 1-9 last 10. They lost to Raptors. Sure, they did a better job with Josh Giddey there. They only lost by, 9 points, I think. However, the Detroit Pistons defense is so much better than the Bulls. Now, the Bulls are very good at scoring, but they're bad at defending. The Pistons give up 11 points less than the Bulls per game. That's so much. That's going to play an impact later on with the substitutes coming on, with the starters being. And also, Jalen Duren is going to be playing this game as well, which I think will make a major impact because Pistons are doing so well without him that with him, I think they're even going to do better. I'm taking Pistons to have a comfortable win at the Bulls Stadium. The next game is going to be the Kings over at the Spurs Stadium. There's not going to be much analyzing to this game. I mean, there's not much that we can analyze. I feel like it'll be disrespectful for the Spurs, I'm not going to find a way to say the Kings will cover the spread. I think the Spurs will easily cover the spread. The Spurs are better defensively, offensively. They score 9 points less. They score 9 points more per game. They allow 9 points less per game. Overall, they are a much better team. The Kings are going to still be without Zach LaVine, DeAndre Hunter, Sabonis. That's going to play a major role. Those are starting players. The Spurs are fully healthy. They're at home. They're currently 8-2 last 10. They covered the spread 8-2 the last 10. I'm taking Spurs to win and cover the spread. Last game of the day is the Knicks and the Houston Rockets. Guys, both of these teams are what I call disappointments. However, the Knicks are more disappointing. They just lost to the Pistons at home without Jalen Duren, Isaiah Stewart. The Knicks had everyone besides Miles McBride. I am not going to be okay with that. I'm picking the Rockets to beat this Knicks team at Madison Square Garden. I don't care. At least the Rockets beat the Hornets like they're supposed to. Was it a pretty win? Heck no, it wasn't. It was a close game. It shouldn't be a close game. The Rockets should have won by like 10, 20 points. However, the Rockets still did their job. I think the Rockets are also better defensively. They're allowing only 109 points per game, whereas the Knicks are allowing 112. Now, offensively, the Knicks are better, but again, I think that the Rockets will beat this Knicks team. They're going to out-rebound them. Kevin Durant, with all this allegation going on, he better score a lot, okay? And Sengun, he's going to want to score a lot of points too after what Kevin Durant said about him. I just think this is a game where the Rockets will win. However, I'm going to pick the plus spread on the Rockets. And that is it for today. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys next time.